we'll go with Sydney. You're one of the returners for this team too. How does this team, the way you're playing, how's everything gone? How does this compare to how last year's team was?
I think the difference between this team is that we're very bought in and we're consistent. I think everybody shows up every day and wants to be there and wants to work hard. And we have the same goal, the same mindset. And like Coach said, we wanted to make a statement tonight, and we did. I think we did a good job of that. And so we're going to keep momentum and keep going forward with the great team that we have.
Sydney, for you a little bit, since I'm not in practice every day or anything like that, it just seemed like you were really aggressive out there, getting an and 1-3, flying around, getting rebounds and whatnot. Was there something different that maybe about this season, but specifically in this game, that allowed you to play like that?
I think, of course, this season is bigger just because I'm a returner. I know what to expect. I've been through a Big 12 conference, but I think specifically this game to represent the Big 12 was huge. I think that was super important. I think it got all of us excited and extra aggressive, and it felt pretty good to hit that and 1-3, I got to tell you. So.
Chrislyn, the team overall stealing the ball 11 times. You guys had a lot of fast breaks. What was allowing you to be able just to see the ball everywhere, turn and run with it?
I would say definitely our energy on defense created a lot of that, and just knowing where everyone's at and knowing personnel and knowing how to guard the person.
Alexis and Brittany, they have a little bit more size, a little bit more speed than some of the teams you've probably seen. How did you guys go into this matchup knowing that you're going to have, especially 32, her size? How did you kind of go in dealing with that kind of matchup, and how did you guys think you did?
Yeah, we knew we had to be more physical than them, definitely be the aggressor and not just take stuff but hand it to them. And so that was basically what our scout was, and that's what we did.
Yeah, and I would just say we knew our personnel, and we knew that we had the speed, and we would just make sure we would tire them out when we were running up and down the floor. So just knowing that and then getting our buckets defensively, like they were saying, which really started our offense. So.
What Alexis just mentioned there for Sydney or Chrislyn, did it feel like later in that game they were starting to get worn down a little bit, and that's how you guys get so many of those steals and just easy baskets there late?
I think so, for sure. And I think that was a little bit part of our game plan. We wanted to push the ball in transition, keep the pace up really high to wear them out. Fourth quarter is always our quarter, so that's going to be our strongest quarter. That's what we have always practiced and preached, and so I thought that we executed well today.
Brittany, Coach mentioned that this was kind of a statement game, going up against the SEC. Do you guys feel like maybe now, after this game, you've reached a point where you've answered critics and maybe you don't need to make statement games anymore?
I think there's always room for statement games. I love those. But I definitely think that we can put ourselves on the map with a win like this. And if we just keep steamrolling from here, then we'll be really good.